to start with a cheers.
Cheers. Oh, these are so beautiful.
Holy moly, we did it. The Lions did it.
These are like
Go Lions.
blue drinks.
I'm so excited.
Wait, should we testing? 1, 2, 3, testing.
I think all technical difficulties have been fixed.
Now that's something.
I knew Katie was going to, when you say that, is it because it's sweet?
It's so sweet.
I know, but it's sour if you don't put like some kind of sweetener in it. Do you like it?
I think it's delicious. I am not a sweet person at all.
Like when it comes to drinks.
Yeah, I know you guys
I don't
are.
taste any vodka though. Did you put any in mine, or did you
Well,
just
I
set it out
have 2
against it
shots
for
in
me?
mine and 1 in yours, but I think it's better with 2 shots. I do. I think it's a little more martini-like. It's called drinking the Kool-Aid martini.
That's cute.
Isn't that amazing?
Go Lions.
We're drinking some Lions Kool-Aid.
It's really good.
We are drinking the Kool-Aid. So,
I'm going to take one more sip, and then would you like this?
yes, I probably need another one. But it's easy. I wanted to make one that's easy. You can make martinis I like dirty martinis. This is like a lemon drop.
Yeah.
But it's super easy. You start with Kool-Aid, blue raspberry lemonade, like a packet of Kool-Aid.
Okay.
You make Kool-Aid for your kids, make a liter of it, and then you use 2 or 3 shots of that to mix the drink.
Okay.
A shot of vodka, and a shot of, or a half a shot of fresh lemon juice.
So what is on the rim that's blue?
So I bought another packet of the Kool-Aid and I put it with sugar.
Oh.
Yeah, just to give it a little color.
She's a thinker.
You shake it with ice and that's it. You can make it fancy. You can put triple sec. You can put flavored vodka, but if you're new to like making martinis, this is just an easy way.
Okay, so I have a big question because the first thing I noticed is these awesome glasses.
Oh my gosh.
They're so cute.
I can post where I got these. I forget what they're called, like ribbed. I don't know. They're just
For
like
her
a new
pleasure?
style. Yes, ribbed for her pleasure.
Should I get the
martini
condoms
glasses.
back out? Do we have martini condoms by chance?
These are awesome.
Aren't they beautiful?
So what do we have for a snack? I think that was your job this week.
It was my job, and this week we are eating buffalo chicken dip. There's a website called Skinny Taste. Shout out to whoever owns that website.
We're not
I don't
sponsored
know.
by them,
We're not
but
sponsored by them.
If you want to
but
sponsor us, we would appreciate it.
I get a lot of recipes off there. They're like pretty healthy, kind of like healthy alternatives to like common things, you know? So it's just chicken breasts all shredded up, which I freaking hate shredding
I know.
chicken
It's a
breasts. It's the
nightmare.
worst job in the
Have you
world.
done it with the blender?
Rotisserie one and just.
I did this with a blender, and I feel like it's too shredded.
Because sometimes I think the blender,
I've
though,
never done that. I refuse.
it's got to be cooked just right, though.
Yeah, it's like really shredded. But anyway, cream cheese, sour cream, or you can use Greek yogurt, a little bit of vinegar, like a teaspoon of vinegar, and some Frank's.
Oh, Frank's. That's why I like it. I love Frank's
Yeah.
hot
I
sauce.
put
And you
that
can
shit
use,
on everything.
like tortilla chips or like celery cut up, like whatever. It's good.
Notice all the celery is still in its
I
place.
didn't know there was celery there.
We're like, oh, where are the chips? Those are
We'll take the
delicious.
chips.
I
Yeah.
feel like that dip is like a staple football party.
Yeah, it's good too because I made it in the oven when I got home from work today. But you can put it in a crock pot too and just let it cook for a long time
And just stay warm.
Yeah,
we
Delicious.
will post these recipes.
Yes.
So
The big thing, as you've already pointed out,
We're drinking the Kool-Aid.
we're drinking
baby.
the Kool-Aid big time.
That's right.
I'm hoping you guys are drinking the Kool-Aid too.
Who's not drinking
Oh
Because-
my gosh, everyone, all the haters are still drinking the Kool-Aid.
I mean, they've proven it, and they are the talk of everywhere right now.
know.
Like,
I am listening to podcasts and like stations, you know, like if I have on like one of my YouTube things and I have a channel from wherever and they're talking about the Lions. I'm like, usually it's the Lions are the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like
that is not the case. It's so crazy.
So I have a funny story. I remember back in the day when Kevin was playing football, he was telling me a story one time, and I don't know what game it was, but
Cheers
it was
to you.
Yeah, it was probably oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was probably a big game. I don't know, but they didn't do well, and they went back to the Silverdome and were practicing out by that field that's like by the main road. It used to be. Now it's all, I mean, torn down, and there's a.
It was on the other side, right?
No, it was right when you drive by the road. There's trees. Do you remember that our kids played a flag football game there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And there was a. Oh, okay, so no, not where the bridge was.
no, it's
Okay.
right on the main road when
Okay.
you're getting to 59.
Yeah, gotcha.
And they went out after a game, and the coach at the time, who I can't remember who it was pissed and he made them practice after a game. And people were driving down on the road, and Kevin said he heard somebody go, "You fucking suck." And I feel like that's the sentiment for the past 20 years.
So true.
It's true though. It's so frustrating. I actually was talking to a guy at work who has had season tickets forever and gave them up. And then this year, he's actually flying to the game.
Oh my God.
Kevin gave his tickets up.
Yeah, he said, he said, we paid a fortune. I got my brother to agree. It was the guy at the gym. I was like, it wasn't everyone. And he said, my brother and I decided we're flying out there. And he's like, but had I had season tickets, it would have been significantly less. But he's like, I couldn't hold on to that for that long.
Do you think people are just selling them and making a crap ton of money? I haven't even really looked at that. Earlier last year, somebody that Kevin played with is like got a job with I think the NFL or maybe the team, and he's down on the sidelines and he's looking for mistakes or something, like when it comes to branding, like they're supposed to wear certain brands. Kevin's like, "You asshole, we hated those people." Say those gloves are Reebok, like you're not supposed to wear those. So we asked Kevin, "Do you want to do it?" And he had to get like I don't know, the requirements, like you have to get your vaccine. It was right around the COVID time period.
Right.
Kevin's like, "I don't want to drive down there every weekend and go to a game." He's just not a go to a game kind of person. I was like, "Can you imagine you'd be at all those games right now?" And he goes, "I'd rather watch them on the TV."
I'm with him 100%.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like an amazing atmosphere, like, for other people to be in. Like, I was perfectly comfortable on Dawn's couch watching the
We
game.
had our perfectly good time and got to see. What I like is I can see all the replays and like, you know, like I can see the details because honestly, I get so wrapped up in the crowd and all the excitement that I'm like, I totally missed all the good stuff. So
Can you guys believe they sold out Ford Field for a freaking viewing party?
in 4 hours.
Oh, that viewing party?
Sold it out. Ford Field is humongous.
4 hours, they sold 20,000 tickets.
To go watch it.
To go watch
On
the
TV.
game.
How many people do you think it fits? Like 70,000?
I don't know, but they only had a certain part of it open. So, but here's the other thing.
Oh.
You're going to go buy a $15 beer instead of sitting on your couch and watching,
Right?
you know what I mean?
I do
Parking
understand.
too.
Yeah.
I
Parking
do
was like
understand.
$100.
Like if they win the celebration, but I'm telling you right now, I want my hearing intact, and I feel like all those games, they're
No
like,
kidding.
right?
Do you know why that is? Because we're old. And let's just be honest.
That's true.
The reality is there's so many
know
people
what,
going,
though?
you guys are out of your minds.
There are people our age who were posting pictures. Of
I know.
it, and I was like, oh, good for them. But I'm like, no way could I do it. So I just must be a very old.
It's like a once in a season. I
old
feel
soul.
like.
Yeah.
I feel
you
like
are.
it's
She's in bed
once
by
in a
night.
season kind of thing. Like maybe you do it, and I can understand under this atmosphere going one time to experience it. But I feel like at halftime I'd be like, my head hurts.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny too because even the players, like you guys had mentioned, like Aiden Hutchinson after the game.
That was cool.
You know, like
yeah.
so if there's people that are like where their passion is they want to be in the action.
See it live.
And like that old guy too, that one who's like had season tickets for
66 years.
60 some
Yes,
years.
I know.
Yeah, that's awesome. But even him, like maybe he probably is hard of hearing. That's why
He's like, whatever.
So much.
Whatever.
He just doesn't even bug him.
He just doesn't put his hearing aids
I
in.
got my hearing back.
Right. Honestly, that's what, like I said, I think I told you guys before, my grandpa had season tickets forever. Now he can't see. So he's like, yeah, I'm probably not going to be going to the games anymore. I'm like,
Is he
"That's not a good
super
idea."
excited though?
Yes, like so excited.
It is amazing. Like
super
I'm
exciting.
amazed. I'm happy for fans, and I love hearing the players talk about that. Like we're so excited for Detroit. We're excited for all the fans. I'm excited for the players who did it, the coaching staff. Think of the general manager. She's amazing. Like she made the call. Like I want Dan Campbell.
Yep.
Well, he's looking better and better every week.
He gets a Super Bowl ring. We might really be talking now.
Every time he talks now, I'm like, all right, we're the same age.
We got a chair over there for you, Dan, just so you know. Hey. The other person that has totally impressed me, and I'm kind of surprised I'm even saying this, is Goff.
He's not looking better and better.
Because-
he's not easy on the eyes.
No, he's not. But his wife is unbelievably
Well,
gorgeous. So it's
let's
kind of like,
I saw a picture of his mansion in California, and
well, then how bad does he look?
So
Could you deal?
I
Could you?
deal.
Did you?
I
Could
could
you
deal.
deal?
He's not that bad.
He's cuter.
He's
I
cuter.
Googled his wife because I am annoyed at how much they show Mahomes' wife, Taylor Swift. I'm just a little over it. And then I thought about it and I was like, there's so many wives out there that they're not showing. And then I was like, what does Jared Goff's wife look like? And I looked her up and I was like, damn, she's
the
like
best looking out of all of
she's a model.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
She's gorgeous, but then she probably doesn't talk about stuff. You don't see him going like heart signing to her.
Right.
Did
like,
that annoy everybody?
that was super annoying to me. But like, you don't see any of their wives or girlfriends. Like, it's the football game and it's about the players. And like, I mean, I get it. It's like ratings and Taylor Swift you don't get more famous than Taylor Swift. So I mean, I get it, but
Which I can't understand why, because I'm be real honest.
oh, you
Don't do
better
it.
watch
Don't do
out.
it.
Don't do it.
Lightning is gonna strike you dead.
I mean, I'm not a fan.
I'm a fan. I love so many
I
of her
think
songs. She's
she's
so talented.
great.
Does she annoy me a little bit? Yes, but so does Travis Kelce.
I'm obsessed with her
Kelsey.
red lips.
Kelsey. It's his dad said it was Kels.
Past tense.
Kelsey.
Apparently
It
they
was
made a
Kels.
change.
Nike. Not
I've been saying it wrong all along, and then I watched a video where Kelsey's dad said actually it's Kels. I was like,
But they changed it, right?
I know,
Yeah.
but I pronounced it right.
She says Nike instead of Nike,
does.
and we have a
Don't start
problem with
me.
that.
Do not start with me. Everyone in Europe says Nike too.
There's one thing I want to
you're
know
in
about Taylor
America.
Swift, you guys. Her lips are always red.
Oh, they're red.
And it never runs and it never fades. They can show her 100 times. They can show her at the beginning of the game, at the end of the game. She's got drinks. She's drinking. She's talking. She's cheering. Her lips never change.
She has a makeup artist hidden down below the camera that's like,
What
She's
is her
on her
tattoo?
lips.
What is her tattoo?
I'm obsessed with this question. I made Parker try to look it up. Like, what is she using on her lips? Like, if I put red lipstick on my lips, it's on there for 2 seconds and then it's all over my teeth. And like, if I'm taking a drink, it's all over the cup. You know what I mean?
Probably has like $2,000 lipstick that's like a dye or something.
it was made for her specifically, and it changes with her mood.
Lips all the time. You don't want red lips all the time. She looks. It's her thing.
It's her thing. Yeah, like she has her
Signature thing. You know what's funny too is when we were talking about not her, but we were talking about
Goff's wife.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I literally pictured like a girl who lived out in the country and she was like a short
farmer.
blonde hair. I was
No,
like, this
she's a
dude's
looker.
got some game.
No, she's gorgeous, but she doesn't say anything. And you know what? A lot of wives probably don't want to be on camera. They don't want people following them. They don't want to say things. You either want to be on camera, like Taylor Swift, you can't control it.
Well,
People
no,
are following her everywhere. But
Yeah, I would say she, like, even if she didn't, she could not want to be
Yes.
on camera. It doesn't matter what she does. Like, she was famous before she got there. Unlike Brittany Mahomes, who loves the camera.
she loves it.
And you know what?
Who else that should never be in front of the camera?
Is Kelly Stafford. Because the things that
Come out of her mouth, I'm like, oh man,
you are just burying
your poor husband.
God,
not a
someone that just
fan.
loves the camera.
I'm not a fan.
and shouldn't. It should
No,
be like
yeah.
somebody needs to come from the PR department and
I
be
know.
like, we're gonna.
I'm not a fan.
We're gonna
I don't
cut
think
you
she's-
off.
She's not genuine.
Yeah. So speaking of Kelsey and the brothers, what about the shirtlessness?
I loved that so much.
You did, you
I
did.
I honestly just, to me, it feels so genuine. Like, he loves
So
his
excited.
brother.
He's
His
fun.
brother got a touchdown.
Yeah.
He's just a fun guy who was like, yeah. I love
Until
that.
he picks up your kid, and then you're like, oh wait, whoa.
Slow your roll. Slow your roll.
And then I saw a story, I don't remember what social media, but his kids were with his mother-in-law,
Yeah.
and then his mother-in-law texted Kylie, his wife, during the game when he was out there with no shirt on, and said, Ellie just said, Dad's boobs are showing.
Ew, Dad!
Speaking of, didn't we talk about the man shirts and the man bras and stuff? We should send him one.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
did
You
you
know,
hear
get
that? I posted something about that, or we were talking about the video of the podcast of him and his brother talking about. Did you hear him talking about it? He's like, I wish my thermometer. And he was
He's
talking about his nipples.
Yeah.
So do guys think that their boobs look better when their nipples are like? That's weird.
I would think they would though, because
But I
about
guess
your own
think about girls, yeah, like
They
if,
perk up.
If mine are on TV for the world to see,
You don't want them to be flappy. They gotta look on point.
this is amazing.
And you know how you do that?
They look on point.
You do shots. Moving on.
Yeah, like no more nipple talk.
Yeah.
Speaking about being on camera, how come they don't show many of the Lions' wives? Like, you know, they have Taylor Swift, but they don't show like
Because they don't want to be
They're
seen.
just watching the game. They're watching their husbands.
They have
They're not
families.
like
Okay, so Kelly Stafford, you can show up to the stadium in a Lions sweatshirt like everybody else, or you can get $2,000 custom made jackets for yourself
And your
for your kids, and then you can wear your hat
your
backwards
Jordans.
and your Jordans, and you can look like a child that wants attention. I mean,
Yes.
people
1,000%,
know
yes.
when you dress like that, everyone in the stadium is going to know who you are. Do you trust people to not scream at you and stuff like that? If they do, and then you complain about it, nobody's screaming at anybody else because they don't know who they are.
right.
So I'm not blaming it on her, but people are crazy.
But
Even though, like, back to the Kelseys, like Kylie Kelsey, she doesn't sit in a booth or like a suite. She sits in the stands for her husband's games. Probably nobody bothers her. You know what I mean?
But that's where I would want to sit.
That's true.
Yeah.
You
Would
don't see
not
her.
want to be in a
But
suite.
she's sitting there with her sweatshirt on or just like a
I love
jacket.
her.
Like,
Could
she's
you
so
imagine
real.
though,
She's,
if
like,
you
real
leaned
and she's-
over and you're like, man, these guys suck. And you have no idea who she is. Then you get home, the news is
Right.
on, and you see her and you go, holy
They're so
shit.
used to that, though, Pete. They're so
Yeah.
used to people yelling at every play. So the moment, though, that Kelsey did a heart up to,
But it's a
No,
show.
I-
You know somebody
okay, but
told
I-
him, like,
no,
hey.
no. I think he's a dork, and I think they're a perfect couple.
I don't know what it is. I was just talking about this with my daughter, who's like a giant Swiftie.
By the way,
She
Parker,
loved it?
I'm sorry.
Did she
She
love it?
did. She's getting a little like sick of it though.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
gets old.
There's something not right about it. Like,
Oh, you think?
it just doesn't feel.
It feels like a PR stunt.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's why I
I feel
think
bad saying that because maybe they're in love and
So-
going to get married and have lots of babies.
that would be
So
great,
here's
but
what
I
I
don't know
think.
if
Every
that's true.
time she's ever dated somebody, you're always like, she seems like she's always getting screwed over. The second they started dating, I was like, he seems equally like her. Like he would do a heart sign to her and she would love it and they don't care what anybody thinks. Do I think they're going to be together in 20 years? Probably not. But if my husband put a heart sign up to me during that game, after the game, I would I'd be like, don't ever do that again.
It's
You
like-
embarrassed me.
don't
That would be
propose it to me on the Megatron. Let's not do that.
I Googled his age. I honestly didn't know how
They're
old
the
he
same
was.
age.
He's 34 years old. He's not 24.
No, I'm
You're
pretty sure
in
they're
the
the
middle
same age.
of an NFL game, and you know everybody thinks you're so awesome that girls are gonna be like, "Oh, he hurted her." I'd be like, "Don't ever do that again."
Here's the other thing too, though. Like, if you watch the podcast, their podcast, New
Yeah.
Heights or whatever, after the game, they talk about it. They talk about Jason taking his shirt off,
Mm-hmm.
and how he was saying how he told Kylie that I talk about these people like I know. I know. He told Kylie that he was going to do it, and she was like, "Don't you dare!"
Yes.
And then he said she was already nervous because we were meeting Taylor for the first time, and then they talk a little bit later, and then Travis goes, "Oh, well, Tay said she loved you guys." And I was like, see, exactly that. That's what is like.
And he also said, "I'm
Okay.
going to do it." Anyway,
I know.
He said, "I'm not asking for
Yeah.
permission.
Right,
I'm
I'm
doing
doing
it."
it.
And it's kind of like, maybe I'm weird, but if I met Taylor Swift and she walked down here, I would not be nervous.
Oh, I would be.
I would not be nervous at all.
I would be, but I mean, based on what those people say, those people being like the Kelseys on their podcast, not Travis, but Jason, she's very down to earth and very
Well, I mean, okay, so
Holmes' dad said that. She
they're
was very
34
normal.
years old, right? I get she's uber famous. I think she's very talented and she's super rich, but they also seem like very young 34-year-olds.
Right. Very
I would
mature.
not be nervous
I
meeting
wonder
them.
I think just
though-
because they're so they're just I mean, at 34, what were we all doing? We were married with babies.
Yeah.
I
just
wonder
so
though
weird.
if that whole lifestyle, you don't really grow up on your people push you in a direction.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
if they're not their own person where they can kind of figure out like who they are, like they've always had people telling them what to
Yeah.
do, so they've never had to really grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I kind of feel too like this whole thing, and I could be wrong, so if I am, you guys can all yell at me, is totally a publicity stunt.
I don't know if it is or not. It feels that way a little bit. Like, I think just because they're so public with it. And like most of her relationships at least have been very, very private. And most of the time I think people who are celebrities keep their relationships private for the most part. Like you don't see a lot of
they're
celebrities
public,
out there
They're
like
very much
all
alike.
over
I
the
feel like
place.
they like the publicity. I also feel like it's sad, but they grew up with social media.
Yeah. We didn't have to
So-
deal with
And
that.
my Parker, my daughter, is basically says like she kept her last relationship very, very quiet and like didn't that guy never went to a red carpet with her, never went out in public with her, and they ended up like breaking up or whatever. And so like she's like maybe she just feels like I'm just gonna be myself and be normal and
Yeah, 'cause
whatever.
that
happens,
also
happens.
sucks that she
Oh,
can't
yeah.
bring somebody
Yeah.
to
I think they're a
events.
perfect fit. I hope they last for 20 years. You know what I mean? I just think they're a good fit. And once you're a good fit with somebody, you share it with the world. When
Yeah.
you said red carpet, I thought you were talking about Parker at first, and I was like, wait, do they do red carpet for homecoming? Oh, she's talking about Parker talking about Taylor Swift.
Now Parker would love a red carpet.
Oh my God, Parker is the queen of the red
When you
carpet.
said that, I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
All
Best of
right.
luck to you, Travis
Enough,
and Taylor.
enough about those.
Enough about them.
knuckleheads.
See, this is why, because we just spent 15
Yes,
minutes
I
on them.
know.
Hey,
They're
listen,
like,
don't hurt me when
Right.
you're playing a football game. Don't even hurt me in the kitchen at home. Buy me takeout food for dinner.
right. Or just make something.
Right?
Just make me
Like,
not
I'm trying
cook.
to think what. Buy me flowers. Pick up some takeout. Take the kids to school in the morning. If you ever hurted me, even if I was famous during a game,
No,
I'd be
I'm out.
embarrassed.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay. So now we have to talk
Moving on.
about what's coming up. Because we have a huge game on Sunday.
I know.
And you know what? I am drinking the Kool-Aid so much.
I'm drinking the second Kool-Aid.
There, you drink your second Kool-Aid. That
You can
you know
drink
what?
mine,
Actually,
too.
before we do that, I forgot we were bringing our favorite wines, so I'm going to fill mine up.
Oh, I hope it's on camera. Dawn has a little mini trash can that has her boxed wine inside.
So listen, I'm about to change some lives right here. Okay, it aerates it. It keeps it pretty. But I'm
Do you know
going to
how
show
many
you.
people are gonna love this?
This thing is legit, you guys, and I'll tell you what's inside of it.
Are you doing a demo? Oh, the box goes in the
Not the
light.
box, the bag inside.
That box is outside. What's inside? You have another
Well, this is
box
a
in
back in
there?
case of an emergency. What if we go back into COVID and I gotta? Come on. So
She got that out of her like cellar where she stores all of
We're
her
like, what's in
candy.
it?
Yes. If I pull the next one, it's like Jenga. I don't know if they'll all fall, so I got to take the one at the top. So anyway, this, which by the way is very good wine, and all you haters, just keep hating. It's good.
Where's
Goes-
it from? Is it from a Costco or something?
The wine.
Get it at Meyer.
the box.
Meyer.
Oh,
Yeah, it's from wherever. But
If you like to drink it out of a box.
I'm bougie like that. So
She is from the east side.
I am an East Sider. East Side. All my peeps on the East
I
Side.
had wine out of a box just at other people's houses. It's something my mom would say. I just realized how bad that sounded.
Did
but
it?
It's
God
not like
damn
I
it,
wouldn't
Danielle.
drink box wine. I just have never bought.
Listen, this is my wine that I love to drink, but it
Decoy,
adds up.
that's good.
This is decoy. However, I brought this to show everyone that this thing is a dream. Keeps the wine good for 30 days,
All right.
aerates it, and it looks pretty.
How many bottles are in a box? 4 or 5?
3.
4.
Oh, wait, 4?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
That's a lot.
Let's see.
Let's see if you can do that.
I'm not drinking the whole thing.
I want to see one
You-
day.
you want me to
I
do
think I did do that once.
Four?
Full box.
You
four
did?
750
Did you get sick?
milliliter
Yes.
bottles?
Very, very sick. Yeah, I was
Oh
I was
my god, that's a lot. I
basically
feel
dead
like.
for
Oh,
3 days.
stays fresh for up to 6 weeks.
Did you give yourself an IV?
No, it was before the IVs were cool.
She didn't have all her healthy
Drink
stuff
a
yet.
box by yourself.
Oh, it was
A whole box?
Yeah.
That is legit.
That's
I
4
got
bottles of
on
wine.
accident. It was on accident.
How does
You
that
like you
happen?
got talking.
You can't see how much is left in the box.
I know,
But
but
it was on accident. She got talking and
yeah, it's such a
accidentally-
talker.
Listen, I will tell you, that is the one thing with this. It's so pretty that when you fill it, you're like, oh, it's just a little bit more. And then you're like, the next day you go and you like shake it to see, and you're like, ruh-roh.
I tell you what though, that was a long time ago, like back in my 30s.
Oh wow.
But now, if I have one sip
bottle?
more than a bottle, no,
Yeah.
we were here for the game, and I drank my bottle of wine. The game was at 3, so like I drank my bottle of wine, and then it was probably 6:30 or 7 or something like that.
That's a long time.
And I was like, should I? Shouldn't I? And I was like, it's only 6:30, and so Dawn had another bottle. I'm like, let me get one more glass, and I felt like crap the next day. Like, if it's one sip more than a bottle, I'm out.
So next
Interesting.
time we tape for, I don't know, like should we do something different for a drink? Something
Yes.
special? We have a little surprise. Something
We do
different.
have a little surprise, and it's something that some of you might love, some of you might hate, and that's okay.
We're doing it.
But
I'll just drink my wine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can drink your
She
wine.
can.
She doesn't enjoy
She
it.
doesn't like coconut. She doesn't like pineapple. She
Yeah.
doesn't like anything.
So she doesn't like tomatoes.
We're having a hard
God
time.
forbid
with
we have-
drinks and snacks.
God
people.
forbid we have ham
bear
on the
with
show.
us.
No ham for you.
I know. and I feel like I'm not that picky, but it seems when you say it all together, like
Every time we say, "Hey, we're
When you
making this,"
bitches
I hate
list it
that.
out, it makes me sound picky.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So anyway, yes, we have a special. If you are interested in other options, come see us next week because it's going to be really good. Non-alcoholic options, by the way. Good call. Good
Yes.
point. And very exciting.
Yeah. Can you buy that on Amazon?
Yes, I will
Post
put
that
the link.
That's
I will, and
the
I will
little
tell you.
mini trash can for your wine.
It was one of those purchases where I was really going back and forth, but I have another one coming. Not this. I
you need
have,
two.
No. Right. I have, and then we'll move on. Is a shout out to my girl Paula.
Paula.
Hey girl.
We love Paula.
Love Paula. But she actually shared this aerator that is super cool. It's like you hit the button and it's got this fancy little edge on it. So we'll share the link for you guys. But
You guys and your aerators. Like,
No.
be a white wine drinker. You don't need no aerator with a
we
white
really
wine.
should.
What does aerating do?
It actually removes the sulfites, helps with hangovers.
Aerating? I didn't know it
Yes,
did that.
and it helps. Like, let's say you have a less expensive wine
From a trash can.
from a trash can, a mini trash can. It actually it enhances the flavor. So
Really?
people use them. You'll see them in restaurants. This is actually an
white?
aerator too.
I've never seen an aerator with
Oh, I'm
white.
sure. You know what? I don't drink white, but I would imagine you would do the same thing.
I'm gonna have to try it.
Yeah,
Wait,
we'll have to
can we
investigate that.
get
We'll have to
a
investigate that.
wine connoisseur on 60-yard line?
Ooh,
We have
yeah.
one.
Oh, well, I am just a wine drinker by excess.
Like a sommelier.
Oh.
You know somebody, don't you?
I do. I work with somebody.
Okay,
I haven't
that'd
talked
be
to her in a while, but
awesome.
I could reach out. And who knows? Maybe somebody that listens to this is a
Yes.
sommelier. and can-
Yeah.
I would love to hear some wines from this region. And
That
we
would
can
be
try
really
some.
cool because we've tried a lot of wines.
How about we
But-
buy the wine and they come on?
That'd be awesome.
Or they just send us.
well, they'd have to tell us what
yeah.
wines, but that would be great.
when we buy them a bottle and buy us a bottle.
I love it.
their
One for you, two for me.
There
you
we
know,
go.
like how it goes.
Just like these. One for me.
3 for her, none for us. That's how this went.
That's okay.
I got a full day tomorrow. I got to wake up refreshed.
She's got to be ready to roll. So do I.
You'll
I have
be
a closing
fine.
tomorrow.
You'll be fine. You'll be
Katie has
fine.
the day off, but it's because she's worked her butt off
And
and
she
she
owns her
earns
own
it.
It's a day
business.
off, and it's because this schedules got crossed, and
Yes.
I was supposed to do something, and
That's
now I don't have
okay.
to do it.
You know what?
Nice.
Take
Write
the
it
little
up.
victories,
I
right?
know. So I'm gonna sleep in and make my husband take kids to school.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something
Bam.
else.
What?
I don't know. You're like, I'm going to sleep in and make my husband. I was like, wait, what? What?
It's
Wow,
gonna get
That's
spicy
better.
around
Yeah.
here.
My husband take the kids to school is better. It's way better. Right?
Yeah,
Way
that
better.
Definitely is
Um,
a win.
So I think we got one more thing to talk about, and then we're probably gonna wrap it up. But
What?
we have we have a huge game coming that we've talked about.
Are you guys nervous?
I would piss my freaking pants. Excuse my language. Is that bad?
No.
Pee my pants?
Piss.
Piss.
My pants. If the Lions go to the Super Bowl. Like,
Okay.
not even win.
So
Like, go to the
I
Super Bowl.
am so excited because like I said, I'm hook, line, and sinker right now. Not because I think yes, it could happen.
Fans
It's because
forever.
they have done so well.
They
They've worked
deserve
their
it.
asses off. I want to see them do something great.
Doesn't it all feel, we were talking about this earlier before the podcast, but like, it sort of feels like it should be a fluke, but it's not.
No,
Like,
they're proving
actually a
over
good
and over.
team.
Good
They're
call.
a good team, and I want it for them. But like
Good
you
call.
were talking about how you were so nervous at the earlier games, and I do agree. Like we wanted
Like
them
last week, I was
to get a
super
playoff,
nervous.
and then we wanted them. The second playoff was so important to beat like a legacy, like 60 years. I get that. I would rather have them go to the Super Bowl and lose than not go to the Super Bowl. Like this game to me
Amen.
right now seems like all of a sudden the most important.
But also, we talked about this last week with no sound.
Just
We are Lions fans. We have watched the
Yes,
Lions for
we have,
years
we have.
lose and lose again and lose again. So in the back of your head, you're like, holy shit. Like this could actually
they
happen.
could win the Super
But
Bowl.
also, they're the Lions. So like you
So they could implode.
it could also
Exactly.
not happen.
That's how I felt at the last game. I was kind of like, what's happening at the end? Like, and then I knew once they got like a first down, we were going to win.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, I think we're accustomed to it. I mean, like I said, all of us have watched this and literally watched it like every Sunday. You kind
Yeah.
of go, maybe this is the year, maybe this is the game. And then it's real.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh. So,
And it's like a team where it's like they went 0-16, right? This season.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
And like we watched them go. Like you don't stop watching.
do you remember cheering
keep
like,
watching.
hey, if you're going to suck all the way. It's 0-16. Be the worst on the
I
planet.
don't,
Well, at
know
least
if I,
have some.
I don't know if I did that.
I did that.
feel like I may have napped during those.
No, I did that. I was
mean,
literally
but the
like,
game was on.
Yep.
The game was.
It
the
was
game
on.
always
It was
on.
on in our
The
living
game
room.
is always
The
on.
sound was in the background, and it was putting us to sleep.
I literally remember thinking, please lose, because now at least we have something to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's crazy.
So let's talk about this. I propose something.
She's clapping.
What?
She's clapping.
That sounds
If-
scary.
If
If we win.
Okay.
the Lions win the Super Bowl,
Oh, if they win the actual
God.
Super Bowl?
don't you think?
That seemed. I just got
It's
chills.
possible.
Like I literally got chills.
That's right.
Wow.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, the Ravens
A game
are.
away from
I
the
just
Super Bowl.
want us to go. I want us to win this game and just go to the Super Bowl. So if they win,
If the Lions win the Super Bowl, we should make some kind of like
Oh,
bet or
God.
not bet, but like something we would be willing to
Oh,
do
something-
just to throw something at.
like streaking?
Ooh,
No.
I was
I
thinking.
don't know if anybody wants to see a bunch of middle-aged women streak.
Yeah, maybe middle-aged.
I was
men.
thinking, like, what if we wore like the Lions cheerleader outfits, or something fun?
No.
What do you
Does
think?
anybody want to see that? What?
I don't think anybody
I
wants
just
to see
think
that
we need
either.
to like. Okay, we need to celebrate. How do we celebrate? Do something
Party.
great. Party. Have a party
We have a party.
here. Let's
It's
rent
all
out.
about-
Slow your roll.
Let's rent out a bar for our fans. Would you guys? That'd be freaking awesome.
Oh my
That would be-
gosh, that
What
would be
about like
amazing.
Grav Cap?
Yes, that's what we did for Dusty's birthday. I rented out Graph.
Oh, it was so great.
It
That'd
was
be
so
fun. Just have
Or, and I don't know if this place is open and it doesn't matter because Grav Cap would be
Or do we
perfect.
have a Super Bowl like viewing party if we get there? If we win this game, we have a viewing party. Rent it out. We.
Just flip the script. That's a
No.
great idea.
I'm sorry. Either one. Either or.
She's
Either or. Sorry, I changed my mind. I'm gonna drink.
sometimes you can't control all those around you.
Not a viewing party, a
It is-
celebration party. Dawn's like, cha-ching, cha-ching.
So does anybody need to buy a house?
We need the physical. I got a healing party.
It's physicals in the living room with a new house you're gonna buy.
Okay, we're doing a celebration in the Lions Super Bowl. Jesus Christ.
But
Oh my god.
what if we did it where anybody who's watched this, heard of it, even
Yes.
just like has
Yes.
mentioned it on their tongue,
Yeah.
is invited?
Yes.
Not
You
you,
can let us know.
not you people who watch us and say you don't.
Right. We know who you
I
are.
admit you
Right.
like us.
You got to be like, hey,
You
And
can come to our
maybe-
celebration party
maybe-
after the Lions win the Super Bowl.
We have a list.
Maybe we would have some 60-yard line swag we could
Oh
create.
my god, I love that.
So let's say this. Let's put this together
Caramel
and
cuts and swag.
full cuts and swag. I'll bring the garbage can. So if anybody,
It's gonna be a rager.
so we could. Oh, it's gonna be. We're gonna party. We're
We're gonna
night
rate
till
till 9:45, and Katie
Yeah.
says I need to go to bed.
9:15. Katie's got to be in bed by 9:30.
True.
So let's say this: if the Lions win, we will host a party.
I love it.
Grav Cap will just throw out for now. That would be the place in Oxford. Anybody who sees this or hears about it because you have friends who've watched it, you're invited.
And share it. If you share it, your friends can come.
Your friends can come,
But we're gonna have to
and
do a list because what if
Yep.
like 6
and you'd have to
other people-
RSVP because we'd need to know, and then we'll have some swag to give out too.
That'd be
Mhm.
so fun. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing.
Can you imagine?
I would gladly do that if the
Yes, me
Lions
too.
won the Super
Me
Bowl.
too.
Yes.
I'll have my husband sign boots.
100%. Oh, I had
idea.
my husband sign boobs.
Yeah. Don't you love
My
that?
husband might panic.
Oh, I feel like so. You want to hear the funniest story ever? We had neighbors in Auburn Hills when Kevin was playing, and we took them to a game because they were the sweetest people, and they always like were talking to us and asking about what Kevin was doing. And we live near the Silver Dome, so we went to a game and we invited them and bought them tickets, and they came. And afterwards, like we took them down to the tunnel so they could meet
How
players.
cool.
And all these girls came up with like tank tops on and no bras and wanted Kevin to sign their chests. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, yeah, I mean, he doesn't normally do this. And then we were standing there and I was like, this is weird. This is totally weird. And he
That
looked
would
at
be
me
weird.
like- he looked at me like, should I do this? And I was like, go ahead. And our neighbors were like, oh, okay.
So now he's
This is
in a
how
rock
you guys
band.
roll. And I was
Okay.
like, I mean, I don't know what to say.
You're right.
Sure, go ahead, sign her boobs.
You may want to call them and tell them like we're gonna up the ante, and they may want to come to this watch party. So
Dusty, Mike, and Kevin
I'll sign him boobs.
sign them boobs. Can you imagine?
that's amazing. And we
Yeah.
could have them standing with Sharpies at the front.
You can't get in unless you get your
And
boobs signed.
it could just be 60-yard line. That's all that's I
Man
got it.
boobs, girl
That-
boobs, any boobs.
Yeah.
That
All
is
the-
your stamp on the hand that you are SVP. It's not here though. It's here.
Can you imagine? We're, if they win, we're doing it.
Oh, we're doing it. So anyway, that's real. We are really doing that.
Yeah.
So you all need to give a
Connie,
little
get
shout
your
out for the
boobs
lights.
ready, Connie.
Come on, Connie. Cindy's ready. You know, she's like, hey. And Ray's ready too.
Amanda, the
Oh,
mom.
she's only got like a boob and a half.
Well, we'll sign the half boob because it's less. I think it's like,
She's gonna kill you for that. She's gonna.
nah.
Cancer. She's a
Yes.
cancer.
She's a rock star.
She is.
She's a rock star. But Big Kev will get his boob signed, right?
Oh, for sure.
So
Big
we're
Kev
good. We're good. Ray will get his boob. I mean, we're going to do it. So,
Big Kev would do anything that Kevin told him.
right. You know what?
Can
That's
you imagine?
Kevin calls my dad Hollywood because
I
he made it
know.
on the Oxford OCTV thing one
Yeah.
time. So my dad walks around,
Thinks
doesn't
he's-
like 80% of the people he
I
meets,
know.
but he's like, well, goddamn it, Kevin called me Hollywood.
Oh, everybody loves him. Kevin will be the bouncer. He'll be checking everybody in.
Yep, that's a good idea.
All right,
So,
it's a plan, you guys.
all right, I love it. Okay, so
Cheers.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Go
Here we
Lions.
go. Let's do this.